Assalamualaikum and very good evening. My name is Muhammad Kuzar Rahman Harith bin Muhammad Sabri and my matrix number is 30DLS24F1057. So today I'm gonna have a discussion about interview for subject import and export procedure. So for the question number 1, we have demonstrate ethic and social responsibility in export import procedure. The question asks me, can you provide an example of a time when you had to make an ethical decision in export-import procedure situation? What was the outcome? For your information, I work at the Celestica Senai. I'm internship at Celestica Senai for the past 6-7 months. 6-7. So, to answer this question, I already learned from my supervisor, so I'm gonna answer. During my WBL attachment, a regular client pressure us to fast track their container clearance by passing a standard declaration verification check. The ethical decision was to politely decline to follow standard operating procedure. I explained to the client that skipping verification protocol put both of our party, importer and exporter, have a risk of legal penalty. The outcome was that the shipment went through normal custom clearance legally, reinforcing our firm reputation for compliance and building deeper long-term trust with that client. So that was the outcome for the question number 1. For the question number 2, describe export, import and social responsibility. How do I feel to define social responsibility in the context of export and import? So, in international trade, social responsibility means ensuring our supply chain operating do not harm society or the environment. So, while strictly upholding legal and human rights standards, in practice, this means verifying that the cargo we handle complies with the International Safety Convention, such as environmental waste reduction restriction, avoiding complicity in the transit of the counterfeit of banned goods, and ensuring full transparency with custom authorities to support the national economy through fair trade. So for the question number 3, can you describe situation where you had to make a professional and ethical decision involving tax or duty and an import-export transition? What action did you take and what was the result? Okay. Thank you. Have a seat first. Alhamdulillah. So to answer this question, I asked my logistic partner that work and asked for the information for this question, and I was receiving a commercial invoice for an important for my apologies. I was reviewing a commercial invoice for an import shipment and noticed the listed value was significantly lower than market value, which will artificially lower the tax duty. Instead of processing it blindly, I raised the issue with my mentor. We cross-referenced the commodity standard valuation, contacted the client for a verified payment proof, and declared the correct transaction value. Taking this action prevent potentially penalty for under-declaration under the Custom Act 1967 and upheld our professional duty to the Royal Malaysian Customs Department. For the question number 4, tell us about a time when a colleague or a superior asks you to commit information from a custom declaration. What do you do? I asked if a colleague or supervisor requests that I omit crucial details such as secondary component or an accurate weight on a custom form to save time or avoid inspection, I will refuse to comply. I will clearly communicate that under declaring or omitting information violates federal custom law and could blacklist our company. I will insist on filling out the custom form number 1, which known as K1 document, with absolute accuracy, offering help speed up the computation process through legitimate data entry instead. For the question number 5, handling questionable information from a supplier on a custom form. When customer questionable data is provided by a third party, my professional duty is to help the decision. declaration process and initiate a formal query, I will formally email the client or supplier asking for verified supporting documentation such as the original packing list, manufacturer catalog, or a valid certificate of origin. I will never guess suspicious data on official forms. Okay, for the module number 5, question number 6, we ask about Incoterm 2020 awareness. Explanation of Incoterms and how ethical use avoids misunderstanding. Yes, my supervisor explicitly trained me on how Incoterm assign financial risk, freight costs, and insurance obligation between buyer and seller. Ethical use means choosing the Incoterm that perfectly mirror the actual agreements made between both parties rather than trying to sneakily shift hidden port fees on a unexpected partner. By clearly starting responsibility upfront, it removes ambiguity, prevent finger pointing during shipping delay, and protect both business from unexpected financial loss. For the question next is importance of correct Incoterm and linked to professionalism. Selecting the precise Incoterm is a critical because it's legally defined the exact point where risk transfer from the seller to the buyer. It's related to professionalism and ethics because using an incorrect or vague term can cause severe legal action, dispute if cargo is damaged or lost at sea.